whatever happens outside yourself, you should never identify with that thing. You have to turn towards yourself and be aware. This attention to yourself will change that event outside yourself. I think it is very difficult to not identify with whatever is happening outside. It's very difficult to be detached. At the same time, to live, that event. And this is something that I will explain one day if you want to go, after this first step, if you want to go beyond.
Like our everyday, there's so many things that happen around
That's right.
us.
That's
especially
right.
when it comes, for example, to family.
That's right.
Like
That's right.
Feelings.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to really disconnect from the outer world and just look within without because you worry about others, about how they're going to feel about your actions, about what you think, especially when it comes to people that you care for.
That's right.
So
that's right. This is a
how
good
do
question.
you find that moment where...
Yeah. You have to be aware of yourself, feeling what is happening within yourself. And at the same time, you have to act. Act as an actress, as an actor. Outside yourself, you have to act. If you do not act, you will not survive. You have to consciously act. Then you have to act to be a daughter, to be a mother, to be a friend. You have always to act. And being aware of yourself at the same time. Acting is acting is not lying. Consciously acting is not lying. Acting consciously is more true than truth itself. You have to act. If you do not act, you get lost in the game,
So you can act in the outer world, but
right.
Within yourself, you're true to yourself and to what
you are just aware. To be true of yourself, you have to just be aware of what is happening inside you. Also, if you are in fear, just be aware of what is happening. That is, you will be safe. Outside yourself, you have to act. Whatever happens, you have to act. And that is very, very difficult because it's the world is too much attractive that you get lost in a fight. Also, when you are with friends, you have to act. You have to act joy. You have to act sadness. You have to act. You have to act. And you can say you will never be spontaneous. You will never be natural. You cannot be lost in a sort of hypnotism. You have to see the reality as something that is reflecting your inner world. And if you do that, you will enjoy whatever is happening outside yourself. You will be in charge of whatever is happening outside yourself. And this is very, very important, for someone who wants to really conquer, some zones which are inaccessible to ordinary people.
Because I consider everything that you're saying like the perfect state of mind. Like, we all want to be in that peaceful place. But, for example, I'm a very emotional person, and I tend to be very impulsive. So how do you fight with emotion, with being impulsive? How do you understand that you don't have to react to the outer world, just to your own way of thinking?
Yeah, you will lose all the time. You will lose all your battles. Because you will be a reactive being. Reactive being is reactive. Then something is happening, and you are reacting. Then that very thing or person is in charge, is commanding. You have to be proactive. You have to be before things happen. And that you can do this only if you go within. Because within yourself, things are happening, and then you see outside yourself, and they're corresponding. Then if you are not aware of yourself, things are happening, reflecting what you are not, reflecting your forgetfulness. You understand it. You forget your unawareness. And you say, oh, where those things are coming from? But they are coming from you.
No, of course.
I mean,
I think that it's more of an internal process that once
yeah.
you decide to take on this philosophy and really understand it, it's a process. Especially I consider myself an extrovert.
Yeah.
And I think that in order to achieve that type of peace of mind, I have to be less of an extrovert and more of an introvert, in the sense to understand more of what's going inside of me more
That's
than
right.
what's going to the outer
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
I don't know if
yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we are not used to be inside. We are always attracted by the outer world. We really believe that the outer world is doing things, and we are powerless, in front of things. And this is, this is what they taught us. Let's say the world taught us. But I discovered that this is not true. The world is totally passive. The world is obeying to whatever is our command. And we can order the world to be, aggressive, violent, but without us knowing, unconsciously, we send a command to have an accident, and we happen in an accident just because we are not distracted from the outer world, but because we are distracted within. We are unaware within. And then we can command anything, and the world obeys. He's a good servant. And the world has a very ungrateful task to tell you all the truth. Do you understand what I mean? The ungrateful task to tell you all the truth. But we don't like it. But we projected that very thing. And the world is just mirroring, like a mirror. And this is hard to accept. I know this. But, the world is perfect in the bad and the good things. It's just telling you the truth. And when you are not aware of yourself, then the world, takes that very task to tell you where you are within.